just part of her summer school, and she called me a while ago. She took her final exam on her class. She's been pressured because she needed to make an A, and it's a 4.0 so she could graduate, whatever it is, summa cum laude, whatever. She goes, "Where'd you graduate?" And I said, "Back then I think it's pina colada." But
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Mom, where'd you graduate?" She goes, "Under the S's." So anyway, we got back there, and I'm actually going back next month because Cameron, for my birthday, got me tickets to the Eagles. That was one of the first concerts I ever went to.
So you're going back to Waco?
No, to Vegas.
Oh.
Yeah. I need a redemption because we went to the Sphere there, and they had the postcards of Earth. It wasn't a very good show. The Sphere was kind of awesome in the way it was, but
I don't care for Vegas, but I've been dying to go.
I'd like to call tonight's meeting to order and ask you to silence your phones if you have not done so. And we'll start with the invocation if Chief Page will offer that.
Heavenly Father God, Lord, we come to you. We thank you for the blessings you've given us. God, we ask you to forgive us of the ways we fail you. God, we ask for a little bit of rain to find that in your grace. God, we just ask you to be with our council tonight, let them make decisions that are pleasing unto you and in the best interest of our city. We lift this up in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, tonight's meeting, items of community interest. Council members, do any of you have anything to add? If not, the only thing I have to say is school has started, so watch the school zones. They are back in full force. So let's move over to the city manager's report.
Y'all have that in your packet, and you can read along with me if you'd like. The sewer line project phase 2 is in the final cleanup phase. As we're about to get in phase 3. Phase 3 is the concrete basin at the sewer plant and the Glen Hills lift station close to Walmart. I think that, is this right, Stony BCAC is the contractor on that, and they'll be doing that. They won't be anybody's way, and we won't have any complaints about traffic or anything because it's all off property, so they're not on the streets. The plans have been submitted to the Texas Water Development Board for approval, and we're waiting on them tell us to proceed on phase 3. After phase 3, we will do phase 4, which consists of sewer lines in several areas, and this is when we'll get the complaints. Patterson and Elba, Hodge, Rock, and the Miller Street areas, Garland Concession, Central Caulfield areas, Pillar Rock and Miller area, Strong, Hutchinson, and Wichita area, and then the alley behind Jackson Street. And that's covering a lot of territory and a lot of lines. The Nelson Street project is proceeding. Concrete work on both Mill and Nelson have been completed except for the intersection of both streets where the drop box is located. There's also one strip that has not been poured because we're waiting on a design for the bridge that goes across the creek on whatever street that is, Houston Street. Work should begin shortly on the remainder of the drop box and the surrounding area. Then we will move into the final cleanup stage. My guess that the project will hopefully be completed by the middle of September. The Community Development Block Grant, Water Line Grant project on Wichita Street is nearing completion. They have about a month to finish up. Stoney's crews are also working the area on a drainage project on Green Street that goes from Wichita to Wilbarger, which should be completed by the end of this week. I've got a schedule from Hayter Engineering for the downtown revitalization project last Tuesday. We should have final plans the week of August 19th for a review with all interested parties. The plan should be finalized the week of August 26th. In September, we will advertise the project and open bids. The project should be awarded by the first meeting in October, and construction should begin in November. Of course, these plans are self-contained. If something unforeseen happens, hopefully nothing adverse will happen. Substation transformer is moving slowly. We're waiting on the engineer's final construction plans, which should be ready pretty soon. I talked to Jay today, and he said that Bradford and our engineers are talking back and forth, so Bradford has some plans from our engineers, so we know that they're just about finished with that. We will take bids on a project and begin construction very soon. We're probably looking at a December completion date to get the transformer installed. Galen J. Evans and I attended the Texas Public Power Association meeting July the 22nd through the 24th. The main theme of the meeting was what will the state legislature do to ensure a reliable electric service for Texas. There were seminars on operations, customer service, legal issues, etc. We also had meetings with our wholesale provider, Brown Texas Utilities. I'm going to be in my office tomorrow at 11:30. Texas Public Power Association is starting to kind of keep an eye on the smaller cities, and so we're going to have a small cities roundtable tomorrow at a Zoom meeting. So if anybody wants to sit in on that and see what it is, it'll be in my office. Representative from Senator Ted Cruz's office will be here at City Hall on August the 20th at 1. Please come with your grievances and questions. Senator Cruz is in a tough fight for re-election. He's seeking our support, so he'll be open to suggestions and stuff that you might want to give him. Anybody got any questions?
What's our timeline on the Mill Street project?
Middle of September, I figure. Stoney, is that about right? You agree with me? Counting the 23 days we had to give them because of all the rain and stuff, that'd be about right, so.
And so
Do they work every day?
No. I get frustrated. I load up in my pickup and I do take little field trips and go riding around and see what's going on. Go out to Aljo and they're, slowly proceeding, getting that cleaned up and stuff. And I go down there, there's not a soul there, and I blow my top and smoke comes out my ears, but I mean, they've got so much time to finish it, and looks like they're gonna use every bit of it, so.
Yeah, it's sad.
But if they go a day over, we're gonna fine them at $700 a day. I'm sorry, Terry.
That's okay. I wish it was a situation, that's fine if they go over, but they need to be working every day. It's
Yeah.
It's terrible. I go down that road every day.
Yeah, I look every day, every
Waiting for
time.
that miracle moment.
Nobody's
just to cross
working.
the
Miracle
road.
moment.
Terry?
Anyway, it's proceeding, so.
Okay, well, if there's no more questions to that, at this point in our meeting, we're going to call for a public hearing. What time? 6:07 for a public hearing. The City of Bowie presents the municipal budget. This is for any questions from the public? None? Did we give it a whole minute? Okay, well, if there are no questions, we'll close the public hearing at 6:08. The next items on your agenda is the consent agenda items that, in your packet was your July 8th regular meeting, your July 12th special meeting, and your July 29th budget workshop. Also, the financial statements for June of 2024. Pamela is here if you have any questions on the financial statement. If there are no questions, I would entertain a motion to accept all as presented.
So moved.
So, Ms. Post? Do I have a second?
Second.
Bates? Shaw?
Aye.
Gunner?
Aye.
Ashley?
Aye.
Bates?
Aye.
Post?
Aye.
And McEwen?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, next item on the agenda is the second reading of ordinance 2024-02, an ordinance providing for a general election in the City of Bowie, authorizing the Montague County Elections Administrator to officially conduct the November 5th, 2024 general election, setting forth council positions and terms, establishing regular and early voting places, and establishing an effective date. Would entertain a motion to accept that as read.
So moved.
Gunner, do I have a second?
Second.
Yes, no? Shaw? McEwen?
Aye.
Bates?
Aye.
Post?
Aye.
Ashley?
Aye.
Shaw?
Aye.
And Gunner.
Aye.
The next item on the agenda is the 2024 tax rate. We're to record a vote of proposal to consider the tax rate and schedule a public hearing for August the 26th, which is our next meeting. And the proposed tax rate is 5430. If you'll notice in your packet, in your budget, Pamela gave us a graph for the last several years through this one. And this will be the third year at 5430. No changes. So I would entertain a motion to record that proposed tax rate.
So what are you asking for here?
A vote for the proposed tax rate.
So this is, if we wanted to change it, this would be the opportunity here, or correct or no?
Yes, if you wanted to change it, this would be the time to make that change.
Because what does that increase? Property values have gone up, so what's that increase the revenue?
The number was 266.
Isn't it the same tax rate it's been being?
Yes. This is the third year in a row for the same tax rate.
I make a motion we approve.
Ashley, do I have a second?
Second.
Post? Gunner?
Aye.
Ashley?
Aye.
Shaw?
Aye.
Bates?
Aye.
Post?
Aye.
McEwen?
Aye.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda? Oh, sorry. We have to vote to schedule the public hearing. So I need a motion to schedule the public hearing for August the 26th.
So moved.
Shaw, do I have a second?
Second.
Gunner? Ashley?
Aye.
Bates?
Aye.
Shaw?
Aye.
Gunner?
Aye.
Post?
Aye.
McEwen?
Aye.
Sorry. All right, now, the next one is to consider the recommendation from the Planning and Zoning on a request from Lee Ann Widmer to replat 3.824 acres of Hill County School Land Survey, Abstract 319, being a portion of Block 1 Revised North Park Subdivision, Volume 606, page 449, PRMCT, creating Lot 1 and Lot 2, Block 1 North Park Subdivision, and Mr. Calabret is already at the podium for you.
All right. Thank you, Mayor, City Council members. On July 18th, the Planning and Zoning Commission met, and we looked at this replat request and felt that it was something that could be done without any problem. And so we approved that on that date, and are recommending to you that you'd approve that as well. This is, the property is where the Brookshire's Plaza is, if you want to call it that. I'm not sure if there's a name for it like that, but it's going to be that corner right at the light. They're selling that off. That's going to become a retail store there. So that's what we know about it at this point. Any questions?
So the corner where they set up fireworks and kind of front 59 there?
Yes,
in that
that
area?
corner. It's that's something, I can't think of the name of that street. Roach Street turns into.
Lovers Lane.
Yeah.
Lovers Lane.
That's it. And so it's that corner, Lovers Lane and 59 right there.
Any questions? Well, that was easy enough. I would entertain a motion to accept the plat rezoning request.
So moved.
Post, do I have a second?
Second.
Do we, hey, I got a question. Do
No.
we don't have a layout of what they're gonna do there? I mean, do we just, we know that they're gonna,
What I've understood is they're selling it to AutoZone.
yeah, I understood that, yes.
And that's all I know about it.
The store is gonna face 59, if you're wondering which way. it's
Yeah,
gonna face.
okay.
On the opposite side of Brookshire's?
Out in front, out by the road.
Corner of Lovers Lane and 59.
Is it like where you turn in the drive right there? Is that what you're gonna do, is turn that drive and then go to the right to it?
Turn into there,
Yeah.
it'll be back toward 59 from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Won't the entrance be right there off from Lover's Lane?
Maybe they'll fix those potholes right
Yeah.
Stoney said he was going to, so that'd be good.
Okay, so
there. Maybe jabbing somebody else for a change.
I have a motion by Post and a second by Bates. Shaw,
Yes.
Gunner,
Aye.
Ashley,
Aye.
McEwen,
Aye.
Post,
Aye.
Bates. And Sandy needs your plats back if you happen to have one in front of you. Next item on the agenda is a resolution authorizing the submission of an application to the CDBG MIT Resilient Communities Program.
This is the planning grant application. As you'll recall, thank you.
You're welcome.
The planning grant is 100%, doesn't cost us anything, and public management will be doing the application as well as the grant, so.
Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion to accept to a resolution 2024-18, a resolution authorizing the submission of the application to the CDBG MIT Resilient Communities Program.
So moved.
Post, do I have a second?
Second.
Shaw, McEwen,
Aye.
Ashley,
Aye.
Shaw,
Yes.
Bates,
Aye.
Gunner,
Aye.
and Post.
Aye.
All right. Next item on the agenda is ordinance 2024-03, an ordinance of the City of Bowie, Texas, authorizing and directing the city manager to execute all documents necessary to convey the real property described as lots 17 through 20, Block 7, the Holman addition to the City of Bowie, Texas, located in the 1200 block of Madison Street, Bowie, Texas, 76230, the number 2, Bowie LLC, and providing an effective date. Would you like to tell them why we're doing this?
Yeah, this was originally part of the property of Independence Hall. For some reason, when the hospital sold it to Bowie Corporation, in the deed or survey or whatever, I don't know what, they left out a small strip of land off of the deed. So they don't own that property. It is still shown on the tax rolls as owned by Bowie Memorial Hospital, which no longer exists. So I told them when they called me, they're wanting to build a memory center there on the back part of their lot. I told them, I said, if y'all will do all the legal work, pay for everything and whatever, I'll present this to the council so that we can sign the property over to them, no charge. Because they've already and truly already paid for the property. They just didn't get it in the deed. So we're just taking care of that little problem they've got. And hopefully there'll be some construction there and we'll get something that's sorely needed in this community of a memory center. So That's
Well,
what it
that
is.
makes sense. I just had no clue what it was from what we had on the agenda.
Is there any, I know this, like, we're saying, hey, this is all, it was already done, but it wasn't done. Does this open us up for anybody else that could have a claim on that, or is
Nope.
that?
Nope.
Okay.
He did seek the advice of the title company, didn't
Yes.
he? Yes. So it all went through the title company.
Now, what, the title company, consulted our attorney, and then these people, you know, I basically instructed them to come up with something, and our attorney has okayed this, so we should be in the clear.
And it's no expense to us, correct?
None.
None,
Perfect.
other than my talking and your vote.
What's that worth?
Nothing. Your vote's worth something, but my talking.
Not worth a check.
Yeah.
All right, all that to say, I would entertain a motion to accept ordinance 2022-24-03.
So moved. Second.
Okay, got Ashley and Shaw. Bates?
Aye.
Gunner?
Eh,
Eh?
yes,
Post?
Aye.
You just want to know if I was listening.
yes.
Love? Oh, wait a minute. Love is not supposed to be on here. Sorry about that. This one, the next one's not supposed to be on here either. Shaw,
Yes.
McEwen,
Aye.
and Ashley.
Aye.
I've been catching those in the past, but I didn't catch it tonight. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, Stoney, you're always at our meetings. The next one is a request from the Public Works Director to expense $4,200 out of the meter tap account for 10 2-inch meters. That seems pretty self-explanatory. Does anybody have any questions for Stoney?
Where are they going?
Or where did they go?
One's going to the school, one's going to Brookshire's, and the rest are stock.
Okay.
They're out.
And these are commercial, correct?
They take 4 to 6 weeks to get them, so
The ones we bought in May?
those were 1 inch and 3/4 feet.
I make a motion to approve it.
Thank
Second.
you. Gunner's first, McEwen second. Shaw,
Yes.
Gunner,
Aye.
Ashley,
Aye.
McEwen,
Aye.
Post,
Aye.
Bates.
Aye.
Next item on the agenda is to accept the annual Waste Connections Consumer Price Index CPI rate adjustment. This is in our contract with them and is expected every year.
Why does this say 2020? The letter.
Because they made a mistake.
Yeah, because it's September 1st and it,
Well,
Should say
at the beginning of the
2024.
letter, it says, at the top, it says 23, and then
And in the
in the
body.
body of the letter, it says 23.
They made a mistake.
well, and then the letter has the stamp on it.
As
Charles.
Where's
Okay.
Charles?
Charles, you want to address that?
Yeah, it actually, it was a mistake. He has a template that he goes through when he creates that, and on his template, he just went back to your last year's template and put it all down and forgot to change the date. That's all that was. We didn't catch it until it was actually dropped off and sent out.
Well, on the top, it's stamped.
Yeah, who put the stamp on it?
Oh, we wouldn't have put the stamp on it.
So, it's just a mistake all the way around.
You did on 23?
I will because it says the 24th and the
On
letter
the
says
rate increase
26th.
sheet, it does say effective September 1st, 2024.
And it is 4.72.
Yes, 4.72, on a residential public car is an increase of 74 cents, and that's by the Labor Bureau statistics. We don't make up those figures.
Right, we know. So, all right, so on record, we are changing all the 23 dates on this letter to 24.
If you may, Mayor, I can have that done tomorrow and then send out new copies on both if you prefer.
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be great to have that in record, yes. I would like that. But we're going to go ahead and vote on it tonight. So, all that said, I would entertain a motion to accept the CPI adjustment.
So moved.
Post, do I have a second? This is gonna happen whether we approve it or not.
Second.
Bates. Shaw,
Yes.
Gunner,
Aye.
Ashley,
Aye.
Bates,
Aye.
Post,
Aye.
and McEwen.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, so the next item on the agenda, we actually have a guest here tonight. Let me just go ahead and read the ordinance, and you can make your way to the podium. This is ordinance 2024-4, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Bowie, Texas, approving a negotiated settlement between the Atmos Cities Steering Committee, ACSC, and Atmos Energy Corp. Mid-Tex Division regarding the company's 2024 rate review mechanism filing, declaring an existing rates to be unreasonable, adopting tariffs that reflect rate adjustments consistent with the negotiated settlement, finding the rates to be set by the attached settlement tariffs and to be just and reasonable in the public interest, approving an attachment established a benchmark for pensions and retiree medical benefits, requiring the company to reimburse ACSC's reasonable rate-making expenses, determining that this ordinance was passed in accordance with the requirements of the Texas Open Meetings Act, adopting a savings clause, declaring an effective date, and requiring delivery of this ordinance to the company and ACSC's legal counsel. We do this every year.
Yes, ma'am.
And so Pamela has a few things she'd like to say tonight.
Yes, I gave you a bunch of paperwork, but I'll be very brief. The first sheet was the RRM settlement update. It basically shows the reason for the rate increase at the top, the numbers such as putting in 267 miles of pipeline and 1.4 million line locates and 3,500 hazardous leaks that we've had to go out and manage because of people not calling 811 before they dig. And yesterday was 811 day, so we did a lot to try to promote people remembering to call in line locates, to call 811. But it explains the reasons for the discussion with the Railroad Commission. And when they had made their decision, then it goes to your attorney at the ACSC Coalition, and he petitions to reduce that number. So because you're a member of that, it shows in the highlighted spots that instead of paying $6.77 a month, that would be the average cost for a household. It's been reduced to $5.02 on average. And then for commercial customers, instead of $17.42, it's been reduced to $13.39. And that's on average. When they say commercial, they mean they are taking every commercial company in the state of Texas and putting it together and finding the middle, where a lot of our smaller towns, commercial customers use about the same amount as residential in a lot of cases, so it could be a lot less for most of the commercial customers in Bowie. And then there's just more information, if you want to read that later, about the RRM, and I'm sure that'll be some wonderful reading for you later on. The other sheet that I have is a city profile. It looks like this. I just wanted to let you know to date our partnership, what it looks like with the City of Bowie. In the last 5 years, we've spent over $3 million in capital expenditures within the city limits, and it has a breakdown of year to year. In the past year, we've spent $331,530. We have over 1,200 customers in the city limits. They're over 30 miles. And then one of the other ways that we try to partner is through donations. We have a Fueling Safe and Thriving Communities initiative. In some ways that we help in Montague County, in Bowie specifically, we've donated to Bowie's Meals on Wheels program, the Montague Junior Livestock Fair, Dictionary Project, and Happy Feet, and those are just a few in Bowie, but we also donate to nonprofits that benefit Montague County up to $51,000 this past year. And so I thought that would be the most interesting thing, but I'll close with this very small document. It's our fueling energy report. I've been tasked to go before my city councils to just let you know that in the Metroplex, there's a lot of discussion about climate action, sustainability plans, greenhouse initiatives, and so we're standing before you, letting you know that we are working to police ourselves. In 2016, we made a decision to reduce our carbon emissions by 50% by 2035, and this document talks to you about ways that we are doing that. And to date, we have almost reached 20% reduction, so we will definitely meet our goal or exceed it. It also shares that natural gas is still the most efficient and cost-saving energy source in our state. And the average home that has natural gas saves $372 a year. And despite what you might hear from some of our opponents, homes that have natural gas have 16% less carbon emissions than all-electric homes. Although our developers get dinged for using natural gas, the reality and the truth, research will tell from, non-partial sources that 16% of carbon emissions are created through all-electric homes. So there's just a little more information in there, and I left you with a packet. I wanted to present that to you so that there's more details if you want to read all things Atmos Energy and what we're doing in the communities to make it safer. We want to be known as a safety company that sells natural gas. We've been named #1 in best customer service for a utility in the country twice, 2 years in a row. And we've been named #6 best employer by Forbes magazine for medium-sized corporations in the country. So we try to pride ourselves in doing what we say we'll do and doing what we can to be a good partner with the communities and our customers. But I would be happy to give presentations. I'm going to give one to Rotary, so some of you will be there on the 21st. If you have a desire or need and the community wants to hear that, I'd be happy to come and do that. That's what that packet entails. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I think she wrapped that up really well, so I would entertain a motion to accept ordinance 2024-04 as presented.
So moved.
Gunner?
Second.
McEwen? Shaw?
Aye.
Gunner?
Aye.
Ashley?
Aye.
Bates?
Aye.
Host?
Aye.
McEwen?
Aye.
I'm trying to get to the end. Okay. I got to the end of my file already. So the next item on the agenda is public comments. Do we have any public comments? Yes, sir. Would you like to come to the podium and tell us your name?
My name is Philip Warren.
Philip Warren?
Warren. Nothing to do with what has necessarily been talked about tonight, but it would be things for the council to consider. For people who try to view online, it is imperative that the microphones are on. I know this is something that we all struggle with, but it's one thing if we could do better at policing, because that's the way that I like to be able to take in this content, because it's a lot easier for me to break it down and dissect and then rewind. Just helps me out. Another thing to look into is with the camera systems. I don't know. I know there are softwares that audio track voices to be able to actually use more than one camera, to be able to see who is actually speaking here for people such as, the AMIS, the Rotary, or the Zoning and Planning Commission, so on and so forth. The last thing would be, I know that we've been making some repairs, and I think we've made some repairs to some streets, mainly the one in front of the elementary school. And my main concern is if the money that's being spent on those repairs, if that's what we're getting, is there a level of concern from the council and or the city manager about those repairs? Because from the way that things have gone, and that's not the only one, there's also one, what is that, Nelson? right by the Texas Workforce Commission, I think it is. Maybe Mason, I don't know, cross streets and whatnot. But anyway, there's one that's been repaired there that is also diminished relatively heavily. And with the amount of traffic that we experience at the school, especially school time of year, and then with it being August and us having 107-degree days, that street's gonna take a massive amount of beating on that asphalt. Just something to consider and be discussed. That was all I had. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Any other comments? Well, then if not, I will close our meeting at 6:34. Thank you.
Did we do that?
On.
We are closing it.
That's what I was doing.